Robbie, we've signed Ray Tulloch this afternoon from West Brom on a season-long loan. He's a player you've worked with before. How excited are you to bring him to the football club and work with him again?
Very much so. Ray is fantastic talent. He broke onto the scene at West Brom. He obviously knows my assistant a little bit, Jimmy, but I had the pleasure of working with him when I was at the Baggies with Big Sam, and he trained with us a hell of a lot with the first team and was really impressed with his ability. So he's probably sort of lost his way a little bit. A couple of injuries last year, but in terms of quality, he's going to add to us, and I think he can maybe just create those bits of moments that are off the cuff and a bit of X factor in and around the place, and we're really pleased to have him.
You mentioned a little bit about him, but what more can you tell us about his style of play and how he is as a player?
Very direct, quick, can play sort of anywhere across the front positions, could even do a job as an attacking midfielder in a free midfield. I like the fact that he can play a few positions. It gives us a bit of flexibility. Sort of the weekend we changed shape. In the game against Crewe we changed shape twice. So those players are really important to us, because if we're running with fewer numbers, the ability to have players that are adaptable makes my job a little bit easier. So I think the fans will really enjoy watching him play. He's, like I say, his qualities are way above our level, but now it's up to him to try and show that and prove that's the case.
You mentioned previously you've had to be really patient with loans. Was he one of them that you've been waiting for a while?
Yeah, it is. Again, we've still got a couple of weeks of the window left, so there's still clubs I'm speaking to constantly regarding a couple of loan players. Obviously we're getting closer to our limit, but we'd probably like to do another one, but at the moment we can't get the one I want, so I'll be patient and wait for that. On the plus side, we've got players coming back, so Jimmy Rayhaan won't be a million miles away. I think he's progressing quite nicely, a little bit ahead of schedule, so I've got to be careful as well that we don't stockpile players and have the same situation we had last year, so it's a bit of a balancing act at the moment. Yeah,
we have brought some new recruits in over the last few weeks, and like Kieran Slicker, we've obviously brought in Ben Nelson. Will you look to make some changes tomorrow night in the Carabao Cup, just given the games we've had so far and obviously the squad that you've got?
Yeah, there's a couple of players that are definitely coming into my thinking, and let's be right, on the back of a poor performance as well, it was maybe in my mind to change a couple anyway, so that's football, it's another game. We've got 3 games this week, so there might be some changes in terms of resting a couple of personnel, but also having the opportunity for other players to come in and stake a claim to be in the team against Grimsby.
Is it very much it's a case of a competitive squad who the guys that aren't playing at the minute, if they do well, it can give them an opportunity for them to kick on as well?
Listen, we've lost our first 2 games, so there's places up for grabs, of course there is. We try and develop that sort of healthy competition within the building day by day, so if the players have an opportunity tomorrow to play, then I expect them to try and keep the shirt moving into the weekend. So they say a week's a long time in football. Last week has now felt like a month, so we move on. We hit the reset button. For all that, the goal at the weekend is offside, and I'm not hiding behind that, but the boys actually did the job fairly well on that set play. So moving forward, we carry on doing the professional bits of the job very well, get the basics right, try and get that clean sheet mentality, but I think you'll see a different team tomorrow night.
You were fairly angry after the game on Saturday, I think it was fair to say. After training today, you've sort of very much drawn a line under that as we progress into the rest of the week?
We have to. We've still got 2 big home games this week. We accept that the weekend wasn't to our standards. So the best thing about football is there's always a game around the corner to put it right. It's really important that we do that, and we give the fans something to cheer. As always, they backed us very well on the pitch. I understand the frustrations at the end, but yeah, we sort of, again, I told the players today, we hit the reset button. That wasn't us. That's not a good version of ourselves, so moving forward we need to be better.
In terms of the Carabao Cup, it gave us a great moment last year, and
gave us a good hour, didn't it?
Yeah, absolutely. Especially when obviously Jake Beasley scored in front of the away fans. But I'd imagine we're looking again to hopefully, if we can do a decent one in that competition.
Definitely. I mean, even I think back to that night, we were excellent for a large part of the game and really had them on the ropes. if we'd have scored the second goal when we were really on top, it'd have been interesting. And then I think at the time, obviously, as a Premier League club, just the quality came out. But it was a fantastic night. Probably even in defeat, my highlight of personally for the young manager, hearing the fans sing your name at the end. Fantastic backing again, and you never know if we do the business tomorrow night what might happen.